Welcome, Star Wars fans all across the galaxy. This is Uneducated Star Wars Talk. I'm your host, Chris Lambert, and thanks for making me a part of your day. So I finally finished Battlefront 2 Inferno Squad, which is the prequel to the game, to the story in the game Battlefront 2, which we'll get a couple months later in November. And I really love this book. I don't know if it cracked my top five yet. I'm probably gonna have to give it a reread to just get the little details. But I really love the book. It kept me in the story. It was beautifully written by Christy Golden, also the writer of Dark Disciple, another book I really like. So, like I say, I really love the book. But I'm gonna get into my review of the book. So again, we got our heroes, the Inferno Squad, which of course the book is called Inferno Squad. But we got the leader, Iden Versio, then Del Miko, Gideon Hask, and Sin Morana. And off dump, I kind of knew Sin was gonna die because I have seen character models of the other guys in the squad, and Del and Gideon, and we all know Iden from being the lead player in the campaign and leader of this story. So I kind of knew she was gonna have to die, but I was not interested. But I wanted to see how it was gonna play out and the emotional toll of her death through the squad and stuff like that. So that's one thing I was once she got introduced into the squad, I was immediately wondering about. But like I said, we got the heroes, and Aiden is the leader. Like I said, her father actually put together the squad. He's an admiral in the Empire, and also leader of the planet they're from, Vardos, who made a successful Imperial takeover. Not, I don't want to say because it's not how Jeddah was in Rogue One. It's more like they live in peace with the Empire. Like it's all good over there with the Empire. So we get that, and he's an admiral, like I say, high-ranking admiral, and admirals have a lot of say-so in the Empire. Like the military district of the Empire have a lot of say-so. But he puts together the squad. Iden wins out as commander, and Dell, Gideon, and Sin. They tasked with taking on the Saw Gerrera's partisans, which is the last of his group of rebels that was fighting against the Empire. Some of them got off Jeddah, but a lot of them died on Jeddah. And this was like the most extreme of them that was left out there. And they call themselves the Dreamers. Talking about that, I get into the villains, and I really like the villains, not just because they was kind of tie-ins to another book in the Clone Wars, but they was really not humanized, but you seen their kind of point of view too. Well, of course we seen their point of view because from the broader picture, we're on the rebel side because we know the Empire's bad, but in Star Wars, and like in the galaxy, guys are really a bunch of terrorists to the Empire, especially the Aden coming from how she views the Empire as peace with our planet, and you got these guys blowing up government stations and taking out civilians doing it. So basically, a bunch of terrorists. So they're tasked with taking those guys down because and they wanted to know how they was getting the intel on who to attack and when and how they was knowing who to try to assassinate and when. So they just wanted where they was getting a imperial leak from as well. And from the moment they go undercover, like I say, that's really when the book picked up for me because I got so interested and tension got high for a while, especially when Sin blows her cover, and that was the point of the book I really loved because like I said earlier, I knew it was coming when she was gonna die, but immediately when she blew her cover by speaking another language, she told the partisans she only spoke two languages, so it didn't look like because she came in as a slave. That was her infiltration of the partisans. She came in as a slave, and they felt pity on her and let her in. But she really knows like 17 languages because she came from the ISB, which is the Imperial Internal Affairs, basically. So she knows like 17 languages, but she told the partisans she only knows two. And they were speaking another language that she so happily shouldn't have known, but she answered in that language, and they were like, "Why would you lie about languages unless you got something to hide, or unless you eavesdropping on something?" So the whole time they question her for a little bit, then they bring her in front of Aiden, and at that point I was like, "They gonna get Aiden to kill her." And at first it was supposed to be Aiden just questioning her, but and when she was getting up to carry out the deed, she was scoping out the scene to see, and she actually seen that we probably could take him, but we don't know if we really have all the intel. And Sin really blew her cover, and Sin was okay with it, so they killed her, and it was good, not goodly written. It was well written, and it wasn't what I was expecting, really. But I did like it. It just wasn't what I was expecting. But Sin dies, so now immediately after that, the rest of the Inferno Squad, Dell and Gideon and Aiden, they get in contact. They like we got to get this done now. No more long games. We're gonna do it now. We're gonna basically get everybody out the buildings. But like, at this time, they basically gained both a lot of the trust within the group of the partisans. So they eventually got in the compound by themselves. She went through. That was my biggest gripe with Sin's death. It really, in hindsight, wasn't necessary because immediately they got out. They got everybody out the compound. Aiden goes through the mentor's mattress stuff, and there's a data pad in there. She cracks through it, gets all the intel right there, and then she goes to find the mentor, comes back, and Gideon and Dell, they eventually kill all the rest of the partisans in there. So she goes, finds the mentor. They have like a nice tender moment. I truly don't remember that moment, but it was a nice tender moment, and is even thought that maybe she didn't kill the mentor, but just stunned him because her and Dale have that conversation when she gets back. But overall, I really liked the book. It was a fun read, kept me in the whole way, and more excited for Battlefront 2. Now I can't possibly believe that, but I love having backstories on characters, and already interests me as a character in Battlefront 2. And like I say, I love the Imperial view of things through the galaxy. So I was really happy and excited when the book got announced. And reading the book, it didn't disappoint. I recommend you pick it up, and it's a nice, fun story. Not you can say fun. It's a nice, fun story that keeps you in it, and like I say, it's a fun book to if you want to just get introduced into the Star Wars novels. But did you check out the Star Wars Battlefront prequel? Did you like it? Let me know in the comments. What books do you read, or do you even care about the novels? Let me know in the comments. Leave a like on the I'm sorry, leave a like on the video and share it. Thank you.